Hi, and welcome to KXAM Plus. I'm your host, Esmeralda Zamora. Thanks so much for joining me as we get ready to spotlight a beloved Austin tradition that has been strengthening parks just like this one for over 20 years. It has to do with It's My Parks Day with the Austin Parks Foundation, and with me to discuss this is Katie Kennedy, the VP of Marketing for the Austin Parks Foundation. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for coming all the way to this park to talk to us.
It's not hard to get me in a park.
The first thing I do want to ask you is, what is Austin Parks Foundation and what do they do?
Yeah, Austin Parks Foundation is a nonprofit that's been serving our community since 1992. And so we really work to fill the funding and resource gap that the City Parks Department is facing. And so we do that through things like our park improvement projects. This is a great example of one of those park improvement projects. Our innovative programming, which is free for families, adults, seniors, and also through our robust volunteer program. And so since our inception in 1992, we've actually invested more than $85 million into our parks.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And how many parks do we have here within this initiative?
We have a lot of parks in Austin. We have nearly 400 parks, trails, and green spaces, so lots to explore.
Lots to explore, that's right. What was the initial need or the moment when we realized that we needed to spotlight these parks and help boost them up a little bit?
Well, Austin Parks Foundation actually started as a volunteer organization, so it really was kind of like a grassroots effort of people who saw the need that there needed to be more maintenance, more attention put on our parks, and so they kind of banded together and created this nonprofit. And over the years, we've continued with that volunteerism as one of our mission points, but we've also added in all of these park improvement projects, and that's where the money actually comes in to go directly into these parks.
You mentioned that this park that we are at right now is a great example.
Yes.
Explain to me more about that.
So we're at Little Walnut Creek Greenbelt right now. And so a few years ago, this was just an overgrown area. There were informal trails, but not really anything directing you on where to go.
Mm-hmm.
And the neighborhood association actually had the idea to kind of make this into a park. And so that's really a good example of what we do, of when someone has an idea, we can help them navigate the system. And this sort of grew into something bigger. So we work with them to create the trailhead first in 2019, and then we started working with them to develop it into this playscape. There's a climbing boulder, there's all of these trails that we're actually still working on formalizing. So since we started the project in 2019, we've actually invested more than $750,000 into this project.
Wow.
We work really closely with the city too, and so this was a $1.5 million project that started just from an idea from the neighborhood association.
Wow, and I know a lot of our viewers don't really know how much goes into creating a project like this. Is that the budget for all the parks that we have here in Austin?
I mean, it really varies. We do projects that are as small as, installing a lending library, those little
Yes.
little book sheds that people put up. So we can do something as small as, a $500 grant investment to right now we're working on our All Abilities Playground, which is being built at Onion Creek Metro Park. That's our largest project, and that's multi-million dollars. So it really kind of just runs the gamut as far as price.
As far as the time frame, let's say this specific park, how long did it take to get from square one to what we're looking at here right now?
It takes a long time. It takes longer than you think, because it's not just we have an idea, let's build the park. There's a lot of steps that go into it that we have to work with the city. There's permitting, there's, sourcing all of the materials, things like that. So I think that project started as an idea in 2018. We joined in 2019. We need to do a vision plan. We need to study the area, ensure that it's safe, environmentally sound. So it started in 2019. It was finished in February of 2025. I don't want to say the month, but we opened it in November as part of It's My Park Day celebration. So
Wow.
It takes a long time.
It does, and I'm sure there's a lot of effort and individuals that are part of the project as well. Let's talk about partnerships. Who does Austin Parks Foundation work with most or closely?
We work most closely with the City Parks Department. So everything that we do is in partnership with them. But we work with pretty much anyone that wants to better our parks. We've worked with Texas Department of Wildlife. We've worked with lots of different grant associations. We definitely work with our community, like corporate partners too. We do a lot of volunteer events with them and third-party events. So really we work with the entire community.
Well, I want to get into the events, but
Sure.
First let's talk about the volunteer work that you all are open to or welcome to.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
So our volunteer program actually utilizes about 12,000 volunteers every year. So we do monthly projects that you can go on our website and sign up if you want to just come to a project. They're at different parks, they do different things, and you can find one that kind of fits your needs and you can just come volunteer. We also run the volunteer program at Austin City Limits Music Festival. So that is a very competitive volunteer program because you also get to enjoy the festival while you're there. So if you are interested in that, you'll want to go to our website and keep an eye out for those initial emails and sign up as soon as possible. But we operate the Rock and Recycle program there, the Divert It program, and also the water stations that you see at ACL. And then It's My Park Day is a huge part of our volunteer program.
And the ACL volunteer opportunity, I've been to ACL in the past. Is that the station where they give you a t-shirt if you bring a bag of trash?
Exactly. So they give you a trash bag, you walk around the festival and you pick up cans, you bring back the full trash bag and you get the t-shirt for the day. So every day it's a different t-shirt that you can earn.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
And who designs that t-shirt?
Local artists design it. So every year it's different. I think we do 6 different designs each year, and it's different every year. So you can do it every year and get lots of t-shirts.
I bet the list to volunteer for that is pretty long.
It fills up quickly, yes.
Well, as far as volunteering, let's say year-round, what opportunities are available for residents of Austin to join in?
So we have just our open work days, and those are usually once a month. We're actually kind of adding to that this year. So if you go to our website and click on the events calendar, you'll see a whole list of all the available events. You just click on the one you're interested in and you can sign up. We also do corporate volunteering. So if you work for a company and you're looking for an opportunity to give back, let your boss know like this is a great opportunity to sign up, and you can just go on our website and learn more about that as well.
And for the volunteers, what does it look like when they do decide to come and volunteer?
Every project is different. Some of the mainstays that are likely to repeat themselves are litter cleanup, invasive species removal. We do like weed wrenching and there's so many different things that you can do. But they really vary from project to project.
Interesting. Any specific projects as far as park cleanups or park revamps around the city that are happening soon?
There's a lot happening at all times. We're really always doing something in all 10 city districts. And we also work with the city to do, sometimes we'll be supportive to them and they're leading the project. So there's always something going on around the city for sure.
And now let's jump into the It's My Park Day initiative. What is that?
So It's My Park Day is our biannual volunteer event that is citywide. And so I kind of refer to it as a flash mob of volunteerism because from 9 to 12 on the first Saturdays of November and March, there are about 90 projects happening all across the city simultaneously.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can sign up for a project that you like what they're doing, you can sign up for a project that's at your park, or you can just sign up at a project that you think sounds interesting. So it's really cool, and at the end of the day, you get a t-shirt, you get a sticker, and you can wear that to participating businesses around the city and redeem it for give backs like free beer, coffee, buy one, get one specials, lots of different things.
That sounds awesome, and I'm sure lots of people are going to jump on that opportunity. What should volunteers know ahead of It's My Park Day? What should they bring with them? What should they wear?
Yeah. They should just know that it's super easy to participate. So what happens is there's a team leader at each event, and we will give them everything that they need to do the project. So you don't have to really bring anything except a water bottle, wear something comfortable. You can wear your It's My Park Day t-shirt so that you can just scoot off to the give backs after that. But just show up with a good attitude and be ready to work for those 3 hours, and it's just a great day.
And as far as those who can work or volunteer, is there an age limit? Is there any limits at all?
No, I mean, we have kids that come and help out. I mean, sometimes they end up riding in the mulch sleds and not really doing much, but it's really fun to see the entire community come together. So if you're a parent who has a kid, it's a great way to show them that you want to take stock in your community and you want to give back, and I think it's a good example for them for sure.
That's awesome. So you've been working with Austin Parks Foundation for how long?
About 3 years.
3 years. How has there been a moment of an It's My Park Day in the past that really stayed in your brain that you want to share with our audience?
That's a really good question. I think every year there's something, like every event is different, and usually what happens on It's My Park Day as the marketing team is we go to as many as we can to try to capture photos and videos, so we get to really see all the different projects. And there are some projects where it is people just like heads down, moving mulch. They're like working so hard and sweating. And then you'll go to another one and it's almost like a celebration. So I think it's really like you can find something that fits your level of intensity of what you want to do. And there really is something for everyone.
And as far as the kiddos that
Yeah.
are volunteering, what is the fun side of that?
Oh my gosh. Well, you're at a playground. So it's like if you don't really want to work, you can go on the swings until mom and dad are done.
Yeah.
So I think it's great because you can take those breaks, and it's a good mix of like hard work and fun.
Great for families who want to get out there in the community and volunteer, right?
Absolutely.
How about events towards the end of the year? Anything that the foundation is working on?
Yeah, so we have our In the Park series, which is free programming. And when I say it's for everyone, it is literally for everyone. We have Playdates in the Park, which is great for families with younger children. We have Art in the Park with our friends at Painting Pandas. We have Hoops in the Park, which is a basketball clinic for kids with our friends at Make a Difference Sports. We have Fitness in the Park, which is great for adults. We have Spark in the Park, which is activities for the body and mind for senior citizens, and that's our newest program. And then we have Movies in the Park, so you can come out and bring a blanket, bring some chairs, and watch a movie under the stars in a park. And so these are all free, and our events team does a really good job of spreading them out across the city, so it also gives you an opportunity to explore a new park that you might not know exists.
And what's your favorite park here?
Oh my gosh, my favorite park is Walnut Creek Metro Park.
Ooh.
It's really close to my house. I have 2 dogs, and then they have off-leash areas, and there's just so much to explore there. It's a gigantic park, so
That sounds
that's
like
my
fun.
favorite, yeah.
What are some little tidbits that not every resident knows about our local parks here in Austin?
I think that just how different they all are. Like, I think you think of a park, and this is a pretty typical park. It has a playscape, it has a dog park, but there's a lot of different parks for different people. So if you're into like exploring, there's parks that have like crazy trail systems that you can look into. There's Zilker Park, which, you know, is a great place to go play disc golf, or I just think there's so many different opportunities at these parks. And you might not know that they're there unless you get out there and explore a little bit.
Yeah, I've made that my goal this year to
Okay.
explore all the parks. Last weekend I went to Zilker and I had a little picnic, and
Oh,
it was
nice.
so
Yeah.
nice. And everybody's dogs are so friendly. They
Yeah.
come up to you, they talk to you.
Right.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
What is something that you recommend to a resident in Austin that wants to get out there more and learn more about the city?
I would say you just have to do it. I mean, you just have to go out and look around, maybe divide the city into different quadrants and say, okay, I'm going to start on the east side today and see what they have over there. Rosewood Park is a great place to start over there. It has lots of amenities for you to check out. We've done a lot of work there. You could go to North Austin, check out Walnut Creek. I mean, there's just so many different things to explore. You just have to do it.
Yeah, you just have to go out and
That's
do
the hard
it.
part, right?
For anyone that wants to stay connected with Austin Parks Foundation or wants to get connected into the It's My Parks Day events, where can they go to find more information?
You can go to our website at austinparks.org. You can also follow us on social because our registration opens in February, and so we'll be sharing about that. We also have a podcast that we put out monthly called People of the Parks, and so you can listen there for the latest info too.
And for the ACL volunteering?
Yes, you need to sign up for the emails, so go to our website for that as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for sitting and
Of
chatting with
course.
me. Is there anything you want to share with our viewers about this upcoming It's My Park Day?
I would just say give it a try. I mean, it's 3 hours out of your day, and I think that it will really do a lot and help you appreciate our parks a little bit more.
Thank you. And I'm here with Colin Wallace, the CEO of the Austin Parks Foundation. Colin, thanks so much for joining me. How you doing?
Great. How are you, Esme?
I'm feeling great under this beautiful sun.
It's a beautiful
here,
day.
and excited to be in a park to talk to you.
Same.
Well, let's start off with a little Q&A about you. Tell me how long you have been with the Austin Parks Foundation and what made you decide you wanted to work with them.
Yeah, so I've been here this is my 14th year, which is crazy. It feels like yesterday. I have worked in the nonprofit space for a long time. I'm a long time Austinite. I've been here 30 some odd years. And I was working for a big cancer organization here in town, doing a lot of traveling before this. And I'm a runner, and I used to run on the hike and bike trail a lot. And I was a volunteer and on the board early at the Trail Foundation. So I did that for about 9 years. And when I was ready to move on from my last role, this job kind of fell in my lap. And I thought, gosh, I love parks and I love the outdoors, and I have some experience doing this. And 14 years later, here I am.
Awesome. That's a wonderful journey and a wonderful way to get here to Austin Parks Foundation. For those of our viewers who are not aware of what the Austin Parks Foundation is, can you give us a brief intro of what that is?
Yeah, so the Austin Parks Foundation was formed in 1992. Austin's parks are underfunded. That's the really easy thing to tell people. And the Austin Parks Foundation tries to raise private dollars and put volunteers in parks to make our parks better. That's the really simple way of saying what we do.
And there are many of volunteer opportunities year-round, but what do these volunteer opportunities really focus on? What do these volunteers do when they come out and help in the parks?
Yeah, I think the great thing about the Austin Parks Foundation is that we really help the community do what's needed in their park, and that's different in every community. So there was a last year or last fall at It's My Park Day. This park we're in had a It's My Park Day event, and it was brand new, so they were doing some things that would be very different than the park in my neighborhood. So we do lots of spreading mulch, a lot of graffiti cleanup, a lot of trash cleanup, root collar clearing for trees, just a lot of sort of environmental health, trash cleanup, things like that.
Wow, and this park that we are at specifically has been recently renovated, right?
Yes, so this park was a park that we worked on with the Parks Department and just cut the ribbon at the last It's My Park Day.
Wow, it looks great, by the way. It looks awesome.
Thank you.
Lots of new installations here. How much does it normally cost to get something like this looking so beautiful?
Yeah, I think we spent about $750,000 turning this from kind of an overgrown piece of land to what it is today. So, and many years of working with the community, making sure that this park reflected what the needs of this community for today. And so you see sort of the multiple dog park areas, some kids play areas, some adults play areas, and a climbing structure.
That caught my eye, the rock climbing.
Yeah, I know. Makes me wish I were a kid.
Well, it looks great. We are excited to be here. I do want to ask you more about the funding of these projects. Where does the money come to fund a park like this or parks like we see around the city?
Yeah, so we raise money from our donors, so it's people that love parks is the really short answer. And also we are a partner in the Austin City Limits Music Festival, so every year there's a significant amount of funding that comes from that festival that we work with the city to disperse in parks all around Austin. So we have about 400-ish parks, and lots of them need a lot of love, and so we're trying to sort of spread around a relatively small amount of money to have the biggest impact.
Wow. So ACL is definitely a big help to creating these projects that you all work on year-round.
Yeah, it's huge. This is a great example of a park that wouldn't even exist if it weren't for ACL.
Yeah. And ACL volunteers, obviously you need volunteers.
Yes.
Is that a hot commodity? Do
Yeah.
you do that?
Oh yes, every year a lot of volunteer leadership. Obviously ACL is a really easy thing to get volunteers for. But then, as you said, we have about 3,500 or 4,000 volunteers in the spring and fall at It's My Park Day, and then throughout the year we do corporate volunteer events and social volunteer events and open volunteer work days so that we can bring our tools and expertise and help the community do volunteer projects all throughout the year.
And specifically, It's My Park Day, which is coming up pretty soon this year.
First Saturday of March.
Yeah, tell me about that and how important it is for a year-round initiative.
Yeah, it's an amazing day. We've been really blessed with weather the last few It's My Park Days, and it's just a great day of kind of community building in parks. So people come out, meet their neighbors, and again, they're doing the work that's needed in their park. So we typically have about 100 or so projects throughout the city, and those projects are brought to us by the community. We don't decide what those projects are. They tell us what they want to do, and then we help find the volunteers to come do the work. It's a great day. You get a free t-shirt, get to meet a lot of neighbors, get to get your hands dirty. There's tons of give backs, lots of coffee shops and breweries give free beer and coffee and food. So it's just a great day to just give back to parks.
Very rewarding once all the work is done, right?
It is, yes.
For anyone who is interested in helping out during the It's My Park Day or other volunteer opportunities, where can they go to learn more?
Yeah, they can go to our website at austinparks.org and look under It's My Park Day. Like you said, it's coming up. The projects will start getting listed here in the coming weeks, and we'll start taking volunteers, and hopefully we'll have a day just like today, first Saturday of March.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on KXAM Plus and talking more in depth about the Austin Parks and what it takes to create something as beautiful as this. For anyone who is interested in learning more about the Austin Parks Foundation, you could always visit their website or our website, kxan.com, for all of those details. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.